You guys, welcome. And today, when I'm filming this walkthrough, first impression walkthrough, we have our first snow, and it's been such a long while, man. We actually had a day, genuinely, at the beginning of December, that had snow, and I don't have a high expectation for it to last. It's very wet, so it's gonna go away soon, and probably gonna just end up being ice on everywhere, but still, waking up and seeing snow is just, it was such a part of my childhood, and I never knew that it's not gonna be, a part of winter after a while. Climate change, it's not real, of course not. So it's kind of magical in a way that it ties and connects to this deck, which I bought a few months ago already, but I was kind of saving it because I felt like I wanted to connect with this deck first around Christmas time, because I don't know, that's magical, that's special on its own for me. And this is a deck that I specifically got because I want to connect with the Fae, and I felt like that would be the perfect time for it. But I want to film something else, and I need, not one, I need all my decks that I have to be open for that one. So I didn't want to open this deck up, do the other video and not do the whole bonding with the deck walkthrough first. So I decided just, do it. And today we have snow, so I'm kind of taking that as, a big yes from nature, from Faye, that yeah, you have our permission to do this today. And we'll see how we're gonna do this, because I kind of want to change things up, but I'm not sure, how my phone is gonna handle filming this. Because usually what I do is just, put away the guidebook and then just do a first impression of the cards. And most of the time, and I'm aware, and I'm not saying it's, I don't know that that's the case, I'm missing out on something very important, and that gives out a false impression of the deck. Obviously, I don't have time to do the whole let's read everything. That's gonna be the 6 months in, when I share my actual experience with working with the deck. A few of those are gonna come hopefully early next year, because I haven't had time to work with guidebooks, but guidebooks, guidebooks this past couple of months. But I'm hoping that since work is going to slow down a bit from January, that I can do some of those. But still, I want to be more aware that, if I see a card, and in this one I'm assuming there's going to be quite a few, that I don't understand why it is, then I'm going to stop and check the guidebook. So I'm not just saying like, this is not the Six of Swords, how I read it, so okay, I don't know, because hopefully there's an explanation for something like that in the guidebook. I don't want to do that, like I said, for every card, but probably the walkthrough is going to be a bit longer than usual because of that, but we'll see. And you know what, you can already see how long this video is, so you have the advantage. So this is what is this? Is this a Llewellyn box? Yes, it's a Llewellyn box. And to be honest, that was part of the reason why I didn't pick it up immediately, because when I have a few Llewellyn decks already, and I love. Oh, can you hear that? Oh, didn't it sound like when you go out in the forest and there's, snow, and it's a bit icy and you step on it? Okay, is it just me? It's matte, which is amazing. And we have the cards. And and that's why I kept my scissors around, because I knew that this is gonna happen. Oh, I don't even have to. Oh, look at that. The Fae already opened it for me. Thank you. So while I'm opening it, cardstock. So I was kind of hesitant getting this because I knew that I know that there's a different older version of the deck where the cardstock is better, and I'm still kind of wanting that version. So, if you have one available, if you know someone selling it for a reasonable price, because I'm not a multimillionaire yet and I don't want to spend. Hey, come on now. Don't download pictures while I'm filming. what was I saying? Yeah, so cardstock. Okay, let's just have that. So yeah, I would like to get it, I think, because this is not a very good cardstock for the long run. But at the same time, I have the Mermaid Tarot, which is a Llewellyn deck, and you know it's from the same sort of cardstock. And I'm just looking at my decks. What do I have? I think the Darkwood Tarot is also Llewellyn, just by you know the book and the presentation. Oh wait, they have the little crescent moon on the side. So yeah, I have the Raven Prophecy, the Darkwood, and the Mermaid Tarot already, and the Llewellyn. And to be honest, I don't mind. I'm not hating working with them. At first, I was the same. I thought that you know they are very very flimsy. They gonna they are not thick enough. They're gonna fall apart or whatever. But I'm gentle with my decks. I'm very careful. At least I'm trying to be. I'm not saying other people are not, but I'm not a heavy-handed shuffler. I don't often refill shuffle decks, so I don't think that necessarily I will need to get any of those decks a backup copy of, because I have a lot of decks and I don't see abusing them enough for, I don't know, there's gonna be chipping on the side and stuff like that, but I don't mind. That just shows that the deck is being used. So I was like one day, you know what, I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna, just go ahead and get it. And yeah, that's the longest intro for the video. So, okay. I could have not lived without the gold titles, to be honest. I'm not sure. And maybe it's just because I don't like this kind of gold. Oh, it's very interesting. But I mean, it's watercolor. Yeah, and I love the back. And it's less purpley than what it looks like on the camera and, in other people's pictures and whatnot. So I'm assuming that my recording, my phone is making everything a bit more warm toned, which I'm assuming I could fix, but I don't have all time and all day and everything. So yeah, okay, let's start. Should we look into, yeah, let's start not with the cards but with the guidebook. So like I said, usual big guidebook. We have oh, that's so cool that the artist and creator is the first one. Oh, so okay, so wait, I just like Barbara Moore wrote the text, right? And she was the illustrator, because it's creator. So I was like, what does it mean in this context? But there's dedication, which is cool, acknowledgement, and a nice table of content. Dancing. Ooh, we have spreads and fairy guides. Awesome. I'm gonna read everything, and I'm sorry, deck, that I didn't read you. Sometimes I'm like, oh, should I even do this in this format? But this is how I bond with the deck when I do these videos. So yeah, I'm gonna keep with how I'm doing that. So there's a usual past, present, future spread. What is hidden spread? There's 2 of those. All around advice spread. That's good. We appreciate the stuff like that. And then we have fairy guides. Okay, how to connect with them? Okay, using the cards. And there's something about New Moon Journey as well. So yeah, we'll see. I'm quite curious about that, because I want to connect with the Fae, and I think they are around. I mean, things are happening in my room lately, and I don't feel anything bad when those things happen. So I'm gonna go with whoever or whatever is here. It's not here to harm me, but we'll see. So yeah, That's gonna be a completely different video once I manage to do anything about that. Okay, we have the Fool, and the light is subtle because of the snow. We have a butterfly instead of a dog, but a flower and just happiness. And should I already check? Because then we're gonna sit here all day. Okay, let's check the Fool, and then we'll see, how different that is from the original one. Okay. The word is a happy blur. Aha. Of pleasing colors and inviting energy. That's a very nice way to put the Fool. Looking for possibilities in the unformed swirl of potential is like a game to him, but one he doesn't try too hard at. Okay. Instead, he strolls, sensing the colors and feeling the movement around him. I like this one. Without the baggage of memory, he takes every experience for what it is, without bias or preconception. There is no rush to make a plan or decision. He is in no hurry to leave this comfortable place. I wouldn't either. I mean, come on. His only clue as to his future rests in the briar rose he finds in his hand. Its wild beauty cheers him. He doesn't realize, though, that it foretells challenges that lie ahead. Because it's a rose and it has thorns, I guess? Being so at ease, he can easily feel the song of his heart beating into being. I love how this is written. As it takes shape, it emerges from his soul and from his surroundings. Joy bursts from his lungs as he recognizes his heart's desire. Even though his time of blissful nothingness is nearing an end, he isn't sad. As long as he follows his heart song, letting its tempo and melody fill him, he will always be just where he should be. He is completely in the moment, with no thought of his next step. And this is such a brilliant way to put or to grab the essence of the Fool, being in the moment, trusting and not caring about anything, but not in a ignorant bad way. Oh, I love that. I already love this. And yeah, like I said, we're not gonna do that for every card because we're gonna sit here forever. I'm not entirely sure, this pornstashy, devilish looking magician and how are we gonna get along, because I kinda don't know, but at the same time, one of my favorite or new favorite face stories is the Airfolk series by Holy Black. The first one is The Cruel Prince. If you haven't read those books, read them. I already bought the first one, but I need to buy the second and the third book, to have them as physical copies. And someone like him could definitely be a magician in that realm of fairy. So, and fae, not fairy, fae. I like that better. For me, fae, the word fae is much more magical. When I hear fairy, I think about little figurines with wings. Fae is power. So I'm not I'm not against the illustration. I just don't like the mustache. The High Priestess is a very interesting one. And yeah, we're gonna check the High Priestess because the High Priestess is my card in the deck. So, I wanna know. Let's see. I'm not gonna read it, don't worry. Oh, there's sparkling moon dust. Okay, so that is moon dust that we can see at the bottom of the card, which is created by your dance. And those are not just moths, those are lunar moths, sorry. The moon rays secrets upon her, and she in turn gives secrets back to the moon. So there's communication between the moon and her in the form of dance. And it's silent communication. Huh. And looking at it from the outside, you don't know what they are talking about, what secrets they share. Mhm. Interesting, because usually, even though I kind of like that, because yeah, the high priestess doesn't necessarily share secrets with you. It's more of a card to invite you to, you know, listen inwards and get your own secrets and deal with them. It's not the shadow side of the high priestess is someone who's using secrets and knowledge against other people. And I kind of like that. So yeah, these are just, two cards. So I just wanted to give the example that even though first impressions are very cool and you can see the cards, but I wish I could do them in a way how Kelly does them. But Kelly does them. Kelly has, from the Truth in Story, has a very in-depth first impression walkthrough of the deck as well, where she, looks at each card with the guidebook. And I'm not gonna aim to be like her, because dude, I'm not, and I don't even want to be. But I kind of wanted to give an example of why you need to check the guidebook. The guidebooks are there for a reason. The Empress, I love the colors, the green and the red hair. Also, we have a butterfly and apples, signs of abundance and summer. The Emperor is older than the Empress, but yeah, I mean, if I look at them as a couple and as equals, I still don't like when there's such a different age, because it invokes medieval customs in me, and I don't like that at all. So I just wish he would be a bit, either he would be a bit, younger, or she would be a bit older. Even because, yeah, in my head and in my mind, they are equal. And they can still be, just, yeah. But the Emperor definitely has a connection more on the alchemy side of things. At least, how I see it. Hierophant, someone who's old and has knowledge to teach you. He looks more like a human. I mean, most of them look like humans, but I don't know, for some reason. I guess he's mustache or something. It just reminds me of old Hungarian lords. They kind of look like this. Ooh, the Lovers, this is a good one. Is it a fae and a human? Because that's a decision to make. Yeah, I can't remember how a devil is depicted. Fairy stallion. Is it made out of a ragmo? Oh, what's that plant? Rag, worm or wort or something like that. Okay, in the book, they are made out of, horses are made out of those, which I find very cool. Strength with a wolf. And I'm kind of curious, if these words has an extra meaning in the cards or not. The Hermit. You don't really want to cross someone like her in the forest. But I really like her. I like the blue. Okay, Fortune Fairy is the wheel. With, wishing. I really like that. I think it's nicely chosen. I see justice in a lot of readings when people pull cards, so she's often in spreads that I see, and I like, the feather. that you have to weigh against whatever you did. And with the sword being pulled out, it's pretty much, if you're here, I'm gonna give you I'm gonna judge you, and you will have to accept my decision. The hanged man, is it a man or a fairy? It looks like a fairy. And he doesn't really seem that comfortable, which is good, because why would you be comfortable hanging upside down? And we have Ivy. So he might have been hanging here for a bit too long. Time to move, time to change. Death. Is she dead, or the bird is, signaling? The raven is announcing the arrival of death? I don't know. Let's check. I'm just curious. I know I said I won't, but it is, we're already on the 13th card and I didn't check everything. Okay. The darkness closing in, yes, so you can see that. And I love the colors because, all of those are, I mean, when there's a really huge storm is coming, that could look like that. No? Okay, so she's enjoying this element of, clashing of the lights and the wind and the running. So it's there's a connection between this storm that she's experiencing and that. Okay, which is quite a good one in a way, because that and the transformation that comes with that is gonna bring changes and bring something new, just like how a storm just flashes through everything and then resets a lot of things. But there's also destruction in its wake as well that you have to deal with, because even though death is a good card, it's not an easy card, because it's about a big transformation. Temperance with beautiful aqua colors, love that. And dragonflies. Okay, shadow dance is the yes, the devilish shadow dance. And I like that, because if you're human and you start dancing, you can't stop it, you die. And it's pretty much what is the word? Why do I blank on words sometimes that are, like, it's so obvious. It's what do you do when you're using something and you're addicted to it? Why was that so hard? It's addiction. You start to dance and you, even though at some point you realize that it's no longer good for you, but you can't stop. And if you realize it way too long, there's no chance for stopping and it kills you. And the dance with the fairies is a perfect analogy for that. The blasted beach. Oh, I love the colors. It's beautiful. And it's very cool because she looks like, she's gracefully ascending. She's not falling, but he's like, has no idea what's going on. Everything is, a surprise. And it's just, it's gonna be a very hard landing for him. And it's the two aspect, because once you realize that the tree is falling, you have two choices. Try to jump out and find a landing spot, or you're still just being ignorant and holding on to something that is already not there. The star with a little tiny creature. I like that because even though it's Fae, it's not humans, but it's so much easier to be hopeful and just believe that things are just good when you're small. The moon. Okay. I will definitely have to see and check what she's doing. I love how the colors, are just immediately help you see what we are talking about, the tone of the cards. The sun. Okay, life renewed. Oh, interesting. So judgment is, I'm assuming, more about potential. Where's judgment? I'm sorry, I have to check. And I kind of like it, I like that how this is different from the normal one because I can learn from it. Okay, so she likes this time of the year, the season. I don't really know because these days when everyone's dressing up and she made herself a crown, not the best one, but she did her best. And all the girls were helping her and she wants to find something to give them as a gift. So, interesting. Okay, I need to read the divinatory meaning, I think, as well. Because she's giving the oak acorn because she knows that there's trees inside, so it's a gift that's keep on giving in a way. So in this deck there is no judgment but only the promise of fresh starts and new beginnings. These cards bring more than just a clean slate. It brings a clean slate with a sense of purpose. Just as an acorn transformed into a tree and an egg into a bird, when you get this card you are given the opportunity to begin anew, to become what you are meant to be. Interesting. Sorry about my voice, I'm still dealing with illness and emotions. I don't know, I'm getting very emotional about this deck. But yeah, judgment, even in the old ways of looking at it, is about if you're being judged and you pass the test, pretty much you're getting a new form. But this one is more gentle in a way, because it's like, hey, you're gonna get a chance to renew your life, to forget about all the bad thing you did and start anew. Interesting. Not necessarily how I would look at it, this card, because I like building on previous experiences. And we have the word, and we have the wand with a fox and a beautiful green. Two of wands. Okay, so as you can see, it's a different one. With the three of wands as well, so it depicts something entirely different in a lot of cards. So I'm quite curious, how they gonna read it. This deck is definitely gonna be something that, if you like the style or you like the cards, you have to read the guidebook. This is not a deck that you can just use without adopting its system. Even though, Four of Wands is celebration, but the previous cards were different. Five of Wands. That's the usual one as well, or at least looks like it. But it could be a different meaning in the deck. Six of Wands. Isn't she just beautiful? I mean, look at that hair. I wish I could, have that kind of red hair, but my skin doesn't like that. Seven of Wands. Ooh. I wonder, if she grow those to protect herself, or this is about something else as well. So yeah, the Eight of Wands definitely Keira Knightley for me as well, and I don't mind that because I like her. It's a beautiful red, fiery red hair. And I like that, not all of them are flying. Not all the arrows are flying. She chose one. She aimed and she's gonna release it. It's gonna be an aimed energy. Knight of Wands. Kind of looks like a phoenix. Transformation. Oh, Ten of Wands. I don't really often see this one in readings. Very interesting. The Page. Oh God, where's my voice? The Page. And even though, there's some element for the fire in the Wands, I'm not entirely sure that she reads. I want to check that, if the seasonal association is there, because as you can see, this page looks more like, I don't know, this color gives me more of a Pentacles feeling. They are fire, okay. So it's just, different kind of. Okay. Well, I guess then it's just summer. The goldenness of summer. Because this is a... it could be summer, okay. Knight of Wands. I like the red eyes. And it's kind of like in a posture when, you spot something maybe dangerous or danger to your folks in the maybe humans, and you're ready to, charge ahead. The Queen with beautiful hair. Did I mention that I like red hair? Because I do. I love a crown. Okay, the King is not necessarily my favorite. And I see this King a lot in readings, so we'll see if this deck will be the same. There's no crown, for example. Interesting. We'll see if the others have one. So we have animals for the aces. Ace of Cups with green and blue. Yeah, okay. Two of Cups. Offering your full cup, huh? Okay, this is more on the RWS system side. Sometimes I kind of wish we would dress like this. But I know it's not uncomfortable and whatnot. And I'm not saying I want to give up my trousers because, dude, my pants are my friends. Just sometimes, sometimes it would be cool. Four of Cups with seals. So I'm assuming on the water, Selkie and whatnot. Five of Cups. Oh. We have the 6. The 7. Eight of Cups. And one of the reasons why I was hesitant to get this deck at first, because it's full of people in the minors, and at first I was like, oh, I don't know what to do with them. Because this doesn't depict traditional walking away from whatever. But since then I was like, if the guidebook is good and it explains why the artwork was chosen, then I can pretty much work with anybody and anything. But sometimes there's not a good enough guidebook, and then you're left wondering. And even if you can make up your own stories for the cards, sometimes it just doesn't work, or it's not as easy, and you might miss something because there's no explanation from the artist. So I'm kind of hoping that as we progress with deck making, the artist's voice is gonna be heard more, because we're using their visual cues in readings. So their part matters as well. Okay, wait, I wasn't even looking. So 10 of Cups. Oh, okay. Page of Cups. I'm so curious about this deck. A Knight. And I can't wait to work with it, honestly. The Queen. More on the elfish side of things. And another king. And interestingly, kings are young. They seem younger than the queen, which I'm not sure what I think about. Because if they are aging, even differently than humans, why are the kings are young? And I think there was a section about the court cards. So let's see. Oh, so if you're really bored by now, there's always a flip through, and you can just look at the cards without me. So no separate section. Okay, then just let's see a king. I'm gonna check the first king we saw. Okay, so the first king, like the King of Wands, was in winter, even though it's connected to fire. Though it could work, because you need your inner fire to keep you warm and whatever. Even the outside world is not yours currently. No explanation for why he's younger. Okay, so I don't know. That's it's kind of something that I would have wanted to know. So maybe I'm gonna Google, and see if it's been talked about somewhere. Ace of Swords, because I kind of like my kings older, because you age, you experience things, and that's when you can become a good leader, in my opinion. Two of Swords. There's a choice here for sure. Three of Swords. With some blood. I love the color. So deep, so rich. It's a beautiful one. And I still don't like this gold. I wish there would, I don't know, there would be a version where it's just the artwork and the titles are on the card. That would have been perfect. Four of Swords. 5. And 6. Flying away with them. 7 of Swords. Okay, it seems different. Definitely not the sneaky. We are taking everybody else's sword. But we're already 40 minutes, so I'm not gonna check. Oh, look at the 8 of Swords. Huh. And I'm not gonna say this is not a beginner's deck, because if the guidebook is good, you can learn to use it. 9 of Swords with all the feathers falling. Okay. 10 of Swords is destruction, I see. It's a very interesting sword suit. The page is a bit older than the previous ones. The Knight. And oh, I like the Queen of Swords. She's beautiful. I like this, bird mask pendant. She's ready to pull that off. If you piss her off, she's gonna use that. Okay, he's older at least than she is. And he has a crown. Or at least a band or whatever it's called. Kind of looks a bit like David Bowie. Oh, look at that. Little hedgehog for the Ace of Pentacles. Such a nice, the colors and everything. 2 of Pentacles. The 3, working on something. Not necessarily teamwork per se on the card, but maybe in the description it's there. Or if not, then there's an explanation and something that we can use. But you can also see, you get the title, you get the meaning as well. So, because teamwork could mean working with nature as well, not just with other creatures. 4 of Pentacles. Okay. I like this 4 of Pentacles. It's not the greedy, it's the saving up because you have other people or other creatures to take care of. The 5. We have the feeling we usually get from the traditional one. The 6. The 3 sharing its fruit with humans, and they sharing it, not humans, sorry, Fae. And them sharing it with each other. Oh, 7 of Pentacles. I kind of like when 7 of Pentacles is about pregnancy. Because it suggests, because the Empress wasn't pregnant. And yeah, I'm all for the pregnant Empress, because I know that not everybody is pregnant, but if nobody gets pregnant, the human race will disappear. So let's not pregnant shame things, because it's part of life, even if it's not part of everybody's life. We were born from a person. And hopefully there's going to be others being born from other people. So, and this is a very, even if you don't like pregnancies, or just you don't want a child or anything like that, this is a great analogy for the card, because you did your part and now all you have to do is wait and see what it comes out. And no matter what you want, no matter how what you do, it's not up to you in a sense anymore. Of course you can, take your vitamins, eat healthy, try to, avoid stress and whatnot, but the big things are happening, without your control. But there's also a sense of waiting for something amazing to bring out of the world. Eight of Pentacles. It's not even sweating. 9. With a robin, right? Oh, hi. It looks so kind. This is definitely a more... We can connect with you, Faye. Not the... Oh. We're gonna have you up, Faye. So I hope I have that around me as well, because... Okay, so that's her leg, and these are the... Okay. And I think I read, like that she's connecting to the element, to the soil, to the earth. The Knight, putting together her pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles. Her hair is absolutely wonderful. And yeah, she has big boobs. And the King of Pentacles giving very much Christmassy vibes. It's so interesting that he's the only king who has a little fae with them. That kind of makes sense, because out of the older kings, he is the father figure the most for me. And I guess for this deck as well. So yeah, this is the Hidden Realms. Hidden Realm, sorry. Let's pull a few cards to see how they look next to each other without shuffling the deck, because still need to film the flip through. Okay, so like I said, it's gonna be it's a good card stock to shuffle. I wish the titles were not this gold, but I don't think I would remove them because they are just so different. Even though I bet they would look amazing without the titles. Maybe someone already did. I'm gonna check. Because you can remove them. The back is gonna be different, but since it's not reversible, it looks like some says it's a face of a dragon. I don't see it, but I definitely see the eyes and the just the creatureness in it. So missing a piece of it is not necessarily something that would bother me. And you can make a tiny note on each card, like an 8 of wand or something. So I might look into modifying this deck at some point. Not necessarily right now, but I can see that happening. Yeah, I can see that happening. Yeah, sure, go away. But yeah, this is my first impression walkthrough of this amazing, I kind of feel like amazing deck. I can't wait to work with it. I don't think I'm gonna start before Christmas. And I'm sure that this walkthrough is gonna go up maybe in the next year even. Though I haven't checked my schedule, so who knows. But yeah, everything is gonna be in the description. If you're still here with me, comment down below which one do you prefer, fae or fairy, because I'm always interested in why certain people are connected to one word or the other, or if you have something else you use for these type of decks. Please do let me know, and thank you so much. Bye.